Okay, I wanted to spend a few minutes talking with you all about your final project for this semester. I always go ahead and put the final project information up on the website so you can see it here at the beginning of the semester, so you know exactly what it is that we're working towards as we move through the semester. So first, let's talk about your final paper assignment. I have that here up in the top block here, and you can click OK. It's going to pull up your final paper. Move it over here, and so let's see. Here we go. Okay. What this paper tells you, what this assignment sheet tells you, is sort of the purpose of the assignments. Over the course of this semester, you're going to learn about a variety of different topics, different university resources, and what we're going to be doing with this paper is you are going to be studying a topic, you're going to engage in the process of conducting research, and you're going to learn how to connect and incorporate different ideas and concepts, and you are going to research and communicate your understanding of one first-year student issue. Now keep in mind, most of these issues aren't just first-year student issues or just college student issues, but since you are first-year college students, that is kind of what we're going to focus on. I have shared with you here what it is that I expect you to include in your final paper. You should have an introduction where you share with me your thesis. So perhaps you want to study academic advising, and we're going to look at the topics here in a moment, but if you're going to study academic advising, maybe after conducting some research you have come to the conclusion that it's really critical for first year students to be academically advised by someone who is supportive and is really there to help the student out, and so you want to stress the importance of academic advising for first year students. So you want to set that up in your introduction, tell me your thesis statement, set up your paper, make sure that you have a good sound introduction. Then the next section of your paper is your discussion section, and this is where you're going to spend a little bit of time telling me about your issue, why you chose your particular topic, and this is probably the best place to include your research. So for this paper, you are going to have to find one source. And if you skip down here and take a look, you have to find one source from a book, journal, magazine, or newspaper article found in Kent Library or in one of the library subscription databases that supports your chosen issue. You cannot use Google for this particular source. Now here in, I think, week 3 or so, we're going to talk about the library databases. You're going to learn how to use those. You're going to understand why it is for scholarly research we want you to use certain types of sources for that, and why Google isn't always appropriate. But in that discussion area, that's kind of where you probably be easiest to include your research. I then want you to include a personal plan, okay? So you need to tell me in your paper what it is that you are going to do to make sure that you are successful with regards to this particular topic. So if you decide to discuss financial literacy as a college student, tell me what it is that you're going to be doing to ensure your financial literacy success. Then you have an advice section, and what you're going to share with me in your advice section is advice that you would give to an incoming student on that particular issue, okay? So you have your introduction, your discussion, your personal plan, your advice, and then you're going to wrap things up with a conclusion where you'll summarize the content and purpose of your paper. Now, I have pre-selected student issues for you to choose from. However, if you would like to focus on something different, email me and let me know what it is you'd like to focus on. I'll probably do some quick research to make sure that there's enough information out there for you to use. I don't want you to choose a topic that you're not going to be able to find anything on, because it's going to sort of defeat the purpose. But if there's something else you'd like to focus on, let me know. I have to approve it. Otherwise, you are expected to cover one of these topics, okay? I have here the paper requirements, and your paper is going to be about 4 pages long, approximately 4 pages. It can be a little under, it can be a little over. You're going to use MLA style formatting, and we are going to talk more about that as the semester goes on. You are expected to have a works cited page that does not count towards your 4 pages, and proper in-text citations, okay? I talked to you about your source. You're required to have at least one source. You can have more sources, but you're required to have one. And then you can include any other information from class assignments that you would like to include. During week 10 of the semester, we'll have a forum posting where you're just basically going to tell me and your classmates what topic you're going to cover. That just tells me that by week 10 you have given some thought to this assignment. So be on the lookout for that during week 10. Your final paper will be uploaded during week 15 of the semester. It is due no later than 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, May 3rd. There will be a link under week 15 whenever I pull that up that says final paper, and you will upload your paper there. If you miss the deadline, you have to contact me because you won't be able to submit your paper through the website. Any late submissions result in an automatic deduction of 30 points. This paper is worth 100 points. If you are late, I'm immediately going to take off 30 points, which puts you at a 70%, and I haven't even scored it yet, okay? So you need to turn this in on time. Any paper that's received more than 48 hours after the original due date will receive a 0 score, and no exceptions will be made, okay? So make note of this now. I have a copy of the rubric here. This is what I'm going to be using to score your paper. Like I said, it's worth 100 points. I've given you the breakdown on each section. If for some reason you decide to exclude an advice section, you're going to be down 20 points. We're also looking at cohesiveness, spelling and grammar, your sources, and the MLA format, okay? So that's a little bit about that final paper assignment. I want to show you also your final presentation assignment, which will be on the same topic that you've chosen for your final paper. And the purpose of this presentation is for you to demonstrate your oral communication skills for your instructor and for your classmates, and to essentially summarize your research from your university survival paper. The presentation, also worth 100 points. So your paper's worth 100 points, your presentation's worth 100 points. Your presentation should be uploaded to the Week 15 forum. I'm going to talk to you about how to do that here in just a moment. But again, by no later than 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, May 3rd. So that final paper and that final presentation are both going to be due by the evening of Sunday, May 3rd. Okay, so for your presentation requirements, you're going to prepare a 3 to 4 minute presentation where you will share information from your research paper. Your video should not exceed 4 minutes, okay? So if I get to the 4 minute mark, and you can see how long your presentation is, so you are at a distinct advantage over like what my face-to-face students have to do, okay, which is a little more difficult when you're doing it live. You can edit and do a few different takes if you need to. I will not watch a video past 4 minutes. So if your conclusion was at 4 minutes and 15 seconds, I'm going to assume you did not have a conclusion because I will have stopped it at 4 minutes. So make sure that you are paying close attention to the time limit. Your presentations should include the following. It's the same information that you're providing in your paper, but you should not read directly from your research paper. I will have read your paper, so I do not also need to have you read it to me. What I would like for you to do is just kind of personalize your paper a little bit. Perhaps there's an opportunity to share some anecdotes or stories. Maybe if you've covered time management, maybe in your presentation, maybe you'd like to share some things that you've struggled with, or that maybe you have some friends who have struggled with. Your presentation's a kind of a nice opportunity to really personalize this particular assignment. It is considered formal, which means proper attire is required and will be factored into your grade. You should not wear workout attire, t-shirts, hats. Do not chew gum when you're delivering your presentation. That's all very important. I have your instructions here on how to upload the presentation. So basically the easiest way for me and for your classmates to be able to view your presentation is for you to post it on YouTube. If you are someone who has never posted anything to YouTube, I would encourage you to go create a free account right after you get done watching this video, tape yourself doing something, upload it so that you know how to go through the process to upload a video. If you contact me on the night of September 3rd, or Sunday, May 3rd, not September, if you contact me at 11 o'clock that night and say, I'm having trouble uploading this to YouTube, I'm really sorry to hear that, you're going to get a 0 on this assignment because you have had 15 weeks to prepare. So you need to tape yourself, obviously, giving the presentation. I'd prefer that you use a webcam if you have one. The quality is a little better. You can use a tablet or a phone if you have to. Upload your completed presentation to YouTube. Like I said, you'll need to create an account if you don't already have one. When you upload your presentation, you can set it as unlisted, which means it is not public on YouTube, okay? So the only way then somebody can see it is if you provide them with the link, which is what you're going to provide me with. When you do not, so you don't have to set it to public, do not set it to private, or I will not be able to view it, okay? It has to be either unlisted or public. Once your video is uploaded, you're going to click the share button. You'll see there'll be a share button. You just copy and paste that link into the forum posting, okay? And then we'll all be able to view your presentation. So once your presentation is uploaded, please take the time to look at your classmates. I would really urge you to do so. Feel free to offer constructive criticism or praise them. You will receive your presentation score, your final score for your presentation through the forum posting, but I will email you a rubric, a form that will have all my comments and a breakdown of your score, and you should expect to receive that emailed rubric no later than May 8th. Here is the rubric form. You can see exactly how I'm going to be scoring you, and again, how everything is broken down. I am looking at your delivery as well as the organization of the speech, and also wanting to make sure that you have all of these other areas included, okay? So those are your 2 assignments. Again, you've got about 15 weeks here to work on them, so there's no excuse for you to put this off until the last minute, and it's going to significantly affect your grade if you do not submit these on time. I've had students who have had A's and didn't do these assignments, and it dropped them down to a C or a D just because they didn't get it done and they didn't manage their time appropriately. So please, please, please make sure that you spend the time that you need to complete these assignments. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks.